comedy, music, acrobatic feats of fire, and far more people in one place than you'd expect.
This is the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Now, I just moved to Edinburgh a few months ago, so this is my first time actually experiencing the festival itself. So come join me on this little adventure.
First, some groundwork. The Edinburgh Fringe is just part of the madness. The festival is actually a bunch of separate festivals that all descend upon the city for August. All of August. This year, it's the 5th to the 29th. 1 month of madness, where I'm told the city population doubles in size.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Most years, all at once, you have the Fringe Festival, full of comedians, music and magic, the International Festival, which fills the playhouses and theatres, the Military Tattoo, which uses a giant purpose-built stadium and includes fireworks every evening.
To, I assume, the bane of every pet dog in the land, but it does make a nice spectacle.
Plus there's the Book Festival, the Art Festival, the International Film Festival, and all culminating in a giant fireworks show as a way to tell the citizens of Edinburgh, okay, that's it. Thank you, we're done with the festivals. At least for a few weeks.
So yeah, Edinburgh likes festivals.
And because they're pretty much all on at once, the city just becomes this mass of tourists and artists all pressed in together.
Bubble tea. Bubble tea has nothing at all to do with the Fringe, I'm just kind of fond of it.
The centre of town is smothered in street performers, and people handing out flyers for all the things that aren't on the street. And loads of them are free!
Quiet is not really something you can find here, but this spot might work for us. Okay, so I just went for a quick walk down the Royal Mile and gotten a bunch of flyers. So I figure let's go through them and you can see what kind of shows they're being advertised. First up we have something called Aquapella. 3 times national championships of acapella. I don't know where the aqua comes in. 6th year at the Edinburgh Fringe. Okay, so that could be interesting. Lost in Time. Another kind of a singing thing. Kind of like a... what's that? Like a boy band from the 50s, whatever they called. Doesn't matter. Okay, so old school singing, that's what that is. Choose Your Own. The improvised film where you call the shots. That looks weird, but I kind of like it. Okay, so it's improv comedy, basically. Then we have the news review. Sort of your typical political, we hate Boris Johnson in the style of The Great Gatsby. Okay, check that out. That's the back of the flyer. Away from home. What is it? Red rubber bands hang down, filling the space. 3 girls, traces of this world, wander through the red forest, weave fragmented memories into the red strands, tracing their shape in uncertainty. That could be interesting. Sounds kind of deep. 360 All-Stars? Check that out. Okay, so it's acrobatics, BMX, basketball, breakdancing, beatbox. The worldwide smash hit returns. The adventures of the improvised Sherlock Holmes. No script Sherlock. An all-star cast of improvisers take you on an award-winning adventure through the underworld of Victorian Britain. An experience not to be missed. Suitable for teens and adults. Tickets just £10 each. That's an idea. Then we have something called Helter Skelter. This looks a bit more like a political prisoner type deal, like fighting the man with journalism. A spiraling ride into the dark underbelly of 60s California. So yeah, my mission tonight is to go to one of these shows, just picked from the flyers I've been handed. But you can see the kind of range there are. We've got acrobatics, we've got comedy, we've got some really like deep and political ideas, singing with water. I still don't know where the aqua comes in. But yeah, let's see which one I want to go to. So yeah, acapella, I'm not really feeling the acapella thing tonight. Same goes for Lost in Time, but I do really like the idea of a Lost in Time story. But Choose Your Own confuses me, and that might be why I want to see it. Put that aside, I'm not into... Far Away from Home feels a bit deep, so... Though it looks really interesting, I just don't know if I have the energy tonight. Same goes for these. Those two are probably the ones that I should see. Improvised Sherlock Holmes. Maybe. Put that aside. 360 All-Stars. Could be cool. Could be really cool. But I think I've missed it. It's like 3:30 and it's like after 4 o'clock now, so I've missed that one. Okay, it is 4:50 right now, so I have about half an hour if I want to do this. And then if I can't do that, I can do the Sherlock Holmes. That's a plan, so let's go. Literally just got the last ticket. Should be interesting.
One of the reasons for this all happening is the Edinburgh Fringe has become a kind of badge of honour for UK comedians. You debuted at the Fringe, sold out shows at the Fringe, you've had Fringe shows for a decade. It's a place where acts come to test their mettle and try to make a name for themselves. Or just have fun, because why not? Most of the big UK comedy names either currently have or have had shows here, and you can feel that energy as you walk around. People want to make something cool.
So I just got out of the show, and it was pretty awesome actually. It was an improv comedy show where the actors on stage were attempting to create a film-style story based on directions given by the audience. The audience ended up choosing a spy thriller, a James Bond-style story, wherein Jamie Barry was attempting to stop a bunch of supervillains from destroying the world with exploding chickens, all the while he was being a raging alcoholic. Actually, pretty great. So the easiest way to experience the Fringe is to find 1 or 2 things that really interest you and book those, but then just walk around, you know, pick up some flyers, see what takes your fancy. There's stages all over the city that show the free Fringe locations, so just go to those and see what's playing. And you never know what you're going to bump into. And I'd really like to show you some of those acts, but unfortunately filming on the indoor stages is sort of seen as a big no-no. But a lot of the acts, especially the comedians, do put stuff online though, so if there is something you want to see, try Googling it and you might find some stuff. But shh, I didn't tell you that. Now go support the cool people doing cool things.
There's also a few secrets to this place. You know those areas in video games that are totally inaccessible all year round, unless a special event or something is on? Well, in this video game called Life, this is one of them. This old church-type building is almost always locked off to the public, but during the Fringe, it opens up and becomes this awesome arts and crafts market. And as you walk around town, you get more flyers, see more street performers, find that alleyways have become stages for all manner of craziness. You never know what you'll find. Edinburgh is a really cool place to be in August.
But it is also incredibly packed, and as a result, getting accommodation here anytime in August or the surrounding weeks can be nigh impossible, unless you know someone who lives here or you live here yourself. So if you are wanting to come, book well ahead, and yeah, maybe get to check out some of this cool stuff as well. So yeah, that's the Edinburgh Festival. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See you next time.